day 18. Happy day 18 of Flossmas Vlogmas. Day 18 of our holiday countdown. Day 18. This is probably the one so far that I've been the most excited about to hear from Jacob. He's going to be sharing a book that is inspiring to him. And because I know, like so many of you, like me, are inspired by Jacob, I can only imagine how amazing this book must be. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Lovely illustration. Our Roxy floss of the day for day 18 was a neutral chalk and roll. And just a beautiful, the palest hint of a purple in that gray. Just a beautiful, beautiful gray. Gorgeous. Chalk and roll. Stitching for today. The day has finally come. It finally arrived. We have dancing queens. We have Nordic queens, dancing princesses. Look at that. Finally, the mystery of the missing heads is solved. So there we go. 48 crosses with today's floss. Chalk and roll finishes the stitching for the heads. And the remainder of our daily stitching today, we used day 14 floss, which was How Do You Blue, and we had 150 crosses all along the bottom. And guess what, folks? That's our bottom border. We've reached the bottom. Day 18. Only, not that many days left. I can't believe it. So I put a length of floss into this morning with my coffee and realized quickly that I'd made a mistake. So I did not want to rip it out. It's on 46 count. And yeah, I'd only just gotten started. So I have adjusted all of the other, these inner flowers in my chart. And really it's only an extra 2 stitches on the side of those stitches that are not filled in there. You can see how there. So whatever. Yeah, not dire enough to fix. So I'm sure Jacob will allow me to modify his design by 2 stitches. All right, I'm gonna open my day 18 Advent from Patty Break, 4 boys and an NL girl. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Ooh. Today's floss is DMC 535. Lovely gray. And we got a sweet treat today. A Gilliam peppermint. These look familiar from a long time ago. These bring back very nostalgic memories. Well, it says since 1927, so chances are pretty good I have seen these before. And let's see, what else can I tell you about it? Nothing. It looks delicious. So, yum. Peppermint for today. The chart we have fully added in. Oh, there's so much wonderful things. And the little house, it's so cute. So I have some, obviously, big time catch up to do. But I did put 5 lengths of floss in today. So I'm filling in. Day 1 and day 2 had the most stitching of the entire thing. So once I finish the red stitching, then those smaller motifs will be much faster to stitch. There's no way I'm catching up, but I caught up with Patty Break, 4 boys and an NL girl. I caught up with her floss tubes yesterday, and I was very glad to see that she is behind on my Advent. It made me feel better about being behind on her Advent. So Patty, keep it up. Stay behind. We'll stay behind together, okay? So when you have to keep up with your own stitch along, the other things become challenging. And also, I still have a sock to knit. Today, I had set aside a little bit of time this afternoon in my schedule to get some of the sock done. So here's my progress that I managed to accomplish today. Obviously, I'm going to be knitting more tonight. Oh, a big shake from the Roxy. She's been such a good girl today. This is only her second full official day. See, I'm talking to you. See? I know, you're a good girl. Her second full official day here, and she's done so well. So guess what? My gusset decreases are now, I know. It's time to go home. I know. Almost done. Had to pause because she got rather vocal for a few minutes. Anyways, I have completely finished my gusset decreases. So now I can zoom down the foot and get to the toe. Today for me is Monday evening. I want to be done this sock by Wednesday evening so that I can wash it before I go to work. I can wash the pair of socks on Thursday morning before I go to work, and then they will be dry in time for Thursday evening gifting. So I can do it. Easy peasy. All right, let's pack up. Let's head home. Early tonight. It's only 20 after 9. So I've been knitting away on my sock, and I'll show you. Doing quite well. Got to, let's get that to focus there. There. Which means that I'm here. No, here? Orange. Yeah. I'm in this, I've just started this stripe here. And as I'm knitting, I'm feeling the bottom of the sock and it's feeling loose. Almost like whoa, sorry. Just moving you back a little bit. I have a funny feeling that because I've been trying to knit this so fast, that my gauge might be a little looser than the first sock. Not only that, I have a feeling that maybe I picked up more stitches for the gusset than I did on the other one, and maybe that's created a little extra room in the heel. So I thought, I don't think I'm gonna rip it all out and reknit it, but she might have one sock that's a little looser than the other. But I'm gonna take this one off and I'm gonna just give it the feel test. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Okay, so sock 1. Sock 2. Oh dear. This one is substantially looser than this one. These two socks, this one's gonna be quite a bit looser. What do I do? Well, this is a bit of a pickle. Now that, I mean, when I look at them, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, you just have to look at my heel turn. Look at how much looser my tension was here. Look at how much wider it is and how much more firm it is here. See that? I don't don't know what to do. Oh dear. Let's hold them up to each other. If they look, oh yeah. Okay. Actually no, because that's the one that's been on the blocker. That's why it feels a little wider at the top. So when I put them side by each, they actually look okay. So, you know what? We're not gonna worry about it. They're handmade gift with love. One of them might be a little bit looser than the other. Just like her aunt. Oh dear. That is, yeah, I can see. See the curve there? This is the one I'm currently knitting. And this is sock 1. Yep. I think I have more stitches. What was I doing? Why is it so much looser? Well, who knows? Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna carry on. She's still gonna have 2 socks. And if they are too horribly mismatched size-wise, then I will take it back, I will rip it out, and I will reknit it. Or I will gift them to her with love, and next Christmas I will give her another pair that I start in July. That's the plan. Okay, so I am drinking a cup of Candy Crush David's tea. This is my second cup. I thought I'd had this before, that last cup, the last time I had this, but I don't really remember it, and I'm not sure that I'm that much of a fan. I thought I liked it, do you know what I mean? But sometimes by the end of the cup you think, did I? Did I really? So I'm giving it another go. It is pepperminty, but it's almost a bit weak. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyway, I was gonna tell you about my broccoli salad recipe tonight. Have you seen those joke memes on Instagram where they're making fun of the internet recipes that you go to follow, and like 3/4, actually like 90% of the recipe is the person going on and on about their farm fresh eggs and their pasteurized cow milk and the field that they plucked their lavender from. Yeah, that's what this recipe is. That's me. Apologies in advance, but you know, if you can make it to the end, you might be able to figure out some semblance of a broccoli salad. I hope you enjoy. Because I know that some of you have tried the recipes that I've given you that were John's, the shepherd's pie and the Irish stew, and I just love that you guys tried those recipes and that you enjoyed them as well. That makes me very happy that there's that connection there, that you're eating the same dish that we have. So I thought I would give you the recipe that I am now known for at holiday time, especially with my family gatherings. I am uninvited if I don't come with the broccoli salad. So it is become my brother's and my mother's most favorite dish. So unlike John, I don't tend to follow recipes at all. So if you are a recipe follower, this is maybe not the recipe for you, because I'm not going to give you anything that's written down. If you are like me and you are a cook that just kind of puts things together and you have a general idea of the ingredients that go into it, then I will give you a list of the ingredients below, but I'm not going to give you measurements because it really depends on a bunch of things, like how much broccoli are you using, how much bacon, do you like lots of bacon, do you like less bacon, no bacon at all, but really it needs bacon. So what I do is you have to make it at least the morning of or the night before. You can't make it an hour before dinner. It's gotta marinate. I usually will make, because let's see how many people are gonna be there. There's gonna be 10 people there. So I'll probably have 4 heads of broccoli. I will cook an entire package of bacon. So in Canada, I don't know if bacon is called this, like, I think in England you might call it streaky bacon. In the States, I'm not sure you call it the same thing either. Maybe you call it back bacon. It's just the long strips of thin, you know, bacon. And to make it super easy, what I'll do is I just take the whole package out and I use kitchen shears and I chop it right into a nonstick pan and I cook it. I fry it up in the pan, already cut up into little bits. You want to fry it off until it's completely crispy and yummy. And then you're going to strain the fat, get rid of the bacon fat, and then set your bacon aside. And then what else goes into it? See, this is how I cook. You want red onion. So let me give you the rest of the ingredients first. Red onion, mayonnaise, vinegar, maybe some sour cream, but I've done it with just mayonnaise and vinegar before, but you can also use sour cream, yogurt, basically whatever is in the fridge. A little bit of Dijon mustard, some white sugar, raisins, cashews, and I told you about the red onion already. And that's about it. That's really it with those main ingredients. Some people will leave the raisins out if they hate them, but really raisins add a lot. So you're gonna cut up all the broccoli, including the stems. You don't want to waste the stems. They're perfect. It's perfectly good broccoli, but you do need to peel the outside of the stem because it can be a bit tough. Cut off the very, very bottom. Chop it all up into bite-sized pieces, wash it, set it aside. Then you're going to take about half of a medium-sized red onion, little less, depending on how much broccoli you've got. So if you're only using 2 heads of broccoli, you're only going to want maybe 1/4 of a red onion, small red onion. See, depends. Small, medium, large, depends. How much do you like red onion? Maybe you don't like red onion at all. My mom doesn't love it, so I don't put too much in. We really like it, so when it's just for us, I'll put more in. You see what I mean? You're going to want to slice that red onion super thin, and you're going to add that in. Then you're going to put in the bacon that you've cooked. Then you're going to put in the raisins. Then you're going to make the sauce. So the sauce is going to be an amount of mayonnaise. I never measure. I literally never measure it. Think about how much dressing it's going to take to coat what's in your bowl. Glop some mayonnaise into a big measuring cup or a bowl. I'm serious. This is why I never measure anything. I don't even like. If you looked up broccoli salad recipe, it would probably give you a much better idea of amounts. I just don't cook like that. Mayonnaise, maybe a little bit of sour cream because that mix is quite nice, mayonnaise and sour cream. You can absolutely use light versions if you prefer. Doesn't really matter. You're gonna want some vinegar, some acid, some acidity in there. I use red wine vinegar. Red wine vinegar. I've used whatever I've had in the cupboard. I've used white wine vinegar, I've used red wine vinegar, I've used cider vinegar, I've used plain old, you know, it's in the closet and that's what we refill our cooking, our cleaning vinegar bottle with, you know, it's vinegar. And some Dijon mustard, really nice. You can't forget the Dijon mustard. And some sugar to taste. So many of the recipes that are out there, they have a really substantial amount of sugar in it. I think that whatever you normally see in a recipe, I usually half it. I don't usually ever add as much sugar as the recipes call for. It's usually always half. And then just taste. If you like it a little sweeter, you can add more. You can always add more, you can't take it away. So, and if it's too sweet, then you're gonna add some more vinegar, add a little bit more mayonnaise sour cream mixture, a little more mustard, etc. You see where I'm going here, right? As you go, you taste, taste, taste. Clean spoon in between. And then once you're happy with your sauce, your dressing, you're gonna pour it all over the broccoli salad. I have the perfect bowl for this. Many years ago, I went to a Tupperware party. Remember those? Remember Tupperware parties? And I bought a big, that's a bowl. Do you remember? That's a bowl. It's that huge white bowl with the blue Tupperware lid. It is the perfect, that's my community broccoli salad bowl. That's what I make it in. That's what I take it in. So that's kind of the size that I'm talking about here. And then you put the dressing all over the top, and then you stir it up, stick the lid on it, stick it in the fridge. A couple of times in between the time that you make it to the time that you take it wherever you're taking it, you're gonna wanna stir it. And then right before you serve it, stick some cashews in it. Delicious. It keeps beautifully. It tastes even better the next day. My brother and my mother will fight for the for the last little bits, and they always want me to leave the leftovers behind. So it is delicious, and I hope you'll try it if you cook like me, and if you need a recipe, it's really not for you. But honestly, it's kind of a ubiquitous salad recipe. Lots of people make it. But maybe it's one of those things that you'd had many years ago and you'd forgotten all about, and maybe it's a new recipe that you can add into your holiday meal prep this holiday season. It's very easy and it's very delicious. Plus, if you make lots and you don't have to go anywhere for 2 or 3 days, you've got enough broccoli salad in the fridge that you can still feel like you're eating some vegetables while you're eating your cookies and your holiday treats. So it's a little bit of nutrition in there. Cut down the sugar. You know what I mean, right? Okay, but it is delicious. So, I used to bake cookies every year. I don't do it anymore. I don't tend to make cookies anymore. John makes, we did discuss it. He asked what we sort of wanted to do for holiday baking this year. He makes meringues usually for Christmas dessert. Beautiful meringues with fresh raspberries and vanilla ice cream. And then the other things that he makes are, he makes Nanaimo bars, which the kids love. I hate them. I hate Nanaimo bars. It's not because of how he makes them. All Nanaimo bars, I just can't stand them. I don't know why, because I have a terrible sweet tooth, but I have never met a Nanaimo bar that I liked. But he makes delicious ones and the kids love them. Delicious for them. The other things he makes are brandy snaps. His mom, my mother-in-law, used to make brandy snaps, and John has tried that a few times and they are really good. His mom used to do a lot of baking. My mom used to bake quite a bit as well, and there was one recipe in particular that my mom made, that her mother made, which were raisin cookies. And I don't know if this was a, if someone from out east is watching this. My grandmother's family came from Nova Scotia, the Truro area, and she, I think, grew up making these raisin cookies. So it's basically a sugar cookie, 2 sugar cookies sandwiching a sweet raisin filling. They're delicious, but they're a lot of work. So I think Mom made them last year, and when she handed over the tin, she said, she also handed over the recipe, and she said, it's your turn to make them. She said, this is just, they are, because you have to be on your feet for a really long time to make them. There are lots of steps, etc., etc. So I don't have time to make them this year, and frankly, my waistline doesn't need them this year either. So we'll go with John's meringues and maybe the odd brandy snap. We'll call it good. Oh, look at that. See? I started early, but I chatted for a good 20 minutes. I better go. I I'm still a little annoyed about this sock, but I'm going to try to get past my annoyance because, well, the clock is ticking and I know she'll still love them anyways. But you know what I mean. They're not perfect. I know you understand. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow for day 19. I hope that you have a great day, great evening, and happy stitching, everyone. Take care.